Good morning, everyone. This is Tom Osa. You are listening to AM Rockland, and here is your news for today. It is Friday, the 13th, 2025. And let me give you the weather. And it's actually kind of interesting what sort of weather that I have in front of me. And obviously, I'm getting this from Google Weather. I mean, AccuWeather, Google Weather, it's all weather. But check this out. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, every single day it's going to be cloudy and or rainy. Nice job, Friday the 13th. So let's just go through this really quick in terms of the temperatures. Friday, it's going to be mostly cloudy, maybe a little chance of rain, 75 degrees. Saturday, rainy, 63. Sunday, 65 degrees and raining. Monday, raining, 66. Tuesday, 73, raining. Wednesday, raining, 82. Thursday, raining, 85. And Friday, next week, raining, 80 degrees. What the heck? Is this that April showers showing up a few months late? Okay, so that's the weather. I'm sure that's like the strangest weather report that you've ever heard, but the heck with it. It is Friday the 13th, so we're going to lean into it just a little bit more. So let's talk about the news, and special thanks to our Rockland News team. I had a conference with them yesterday, and they're really putting these news blurbs together really well in a way that I think is better or equal to at least WRCR radio. So let's get into all of this. And finally, I just want to mention before we get into the news, for those of you that are listening in from LinkedIn today, we need your help. Go to linkedin.com/company/Rocklands News, and I'll put that in the link for this. We need 150 followers, and we're going to be posting this news regularly like we do on Facebook as well as YouTube, and then later on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. I hope you think that this product is good and useful. We really are trying to do a public service, and if you join along with us on the journey, I think it'll be a beneficial one, especially for those, our many sponsors, which I'm going to mention at the end of this news broadcast. Okay, so let's get into the news of the day. Here we go. Over 90 firearms are now off Rockland County streets thanks to a successful gun buyback in Haverstraw. Hosted by the DA's office and local police, the event collected 65 handguns, 8 assault rifles, and more, no questions asked. Officials call it a strong step towards safer neighborhoods. A heads up for Nyack residents, water service will be interrupted Friday, June 13th today from 7 a.m. to noon due to repairs near West Nyack Road and Fulton Avenue. Expect low pressure or discoloration. Run your cold tap if needed. Call 845 358 3734 for info. Pause for coffee. Check this out. Strut your pup in style in Nyack this Saturday, June 14th. From 4 to 6 p.m., North Broadway will host a free fashion show featuring local shops, live entertainment, and adoptable dogs. It's fashion, fun, and furry friends only in downtown Nyack, and we know Hope Wade Fashions. She's actually spearheading this. This is a reschedule of the previous time, and then it was rain, and hopefully we're going to keep that whole weather forecast out of this. I am personally hoping that this fashion show goes off without a hitch or too much of yellow barks or something. That's a terrible analogy, but I'm hoping that Hope has a successful show, and if it doesn't happen this time, 3 times a charm. Okay, the Haverstraw Police Department has been officially reaccredited by the state, a badge of excellence in policing. Special recognition was given to Lieutenant James Hanson and Sergeant Joseph Privatera for outstanding program management. Community trust remains front and center. Plan ahead. Starting Monday, June 16th, Route 9W northbound over the James A. Farley Bridge in Stony Point will close for Chippy pipeline work. And as a background, for those of you who want to know what Chippy is, it's a 337-mile pipeline that's coming down from Canada, southbound, all the way to New York City. And it's basically a focus on New York City's initiative toward clean energy solutions for the next decade or two. And hopefully it'll rise. Obviously, if it's better for the environment, I think it's a good thing. But basically, if everything goes according to plan over the next 10 or 20 years, it could account for up to 20% of New York City's energy consumption coming from Canada. And obviously, the pipeline has to be laid from Canada all the way down to New York City. I'm actually using my arms to like point out from Canada to New York City. So that road closure is going to happen this weekend. So there's some detours. You could use Route 210 and Lowland Park as a detour. That's also the Charles C. Ecker Park up in Stony Point. The project is basically to support clean energy goals for New York State. I know it's a traffic inconvenience. I live up in Stony Point, but hopefully the pipe will be laid and the road will be closed up in a way where traffic can also go northbound once again as quickly as possible. And special thanks to West Haverstraw Mayor Robert D'Amelio for putting out the notification about that yesterday over to Rockland News. This Friday at 5 p.m., rock out with Anthony Liberati at the Patriot Lounge in Stony Point. Great music, cocktails, and a vibrant crowd await 19 Clubhouse Lane in Stony Point. It's right off of exit 14, off of the Palisades Parkway. Call 845-523-6213 for details, or you can visit them on the web at thepatriotlounge.com. And by the way, for all of your event needs, I have two sources for you that you definitely should check out. One is rocklandevents.com. That's something that Rockland News runs. And the second is my friend and colleague, Joe Salve from ISO Rockland. And we're going to get into some events from both of those right now. Maureen's Jazz Cellar, June 13th and 14th. Jazz fans, your weekend is here. Friday night, catch Brazilian jazz with Mocha Adnet, I hope I'm saying that right, and Duduca da Fonseca, plus Helio Alves and Jilly Lopez. I feel like I'm going to be in trouble with the jazz community if I mispronounce their names, so I got to get better at that. Saturday brings Mary Foster Conklin, Andrea Wolper, and Late Night Piano with the Bud Man. Show starts at 7 p.m. at 2 North Broadway in Nyack. The Kennedys are celebrating their 60th show at the Turning Point this Saturday, June 14th at 8 p.m. Doors open at 7. Enjoy an evening of folk rock classics in Piermont. Tickets are will call only. I don't have the web address in front of me, so I'm just going to take a moment and go look for it because they recently changed their website address. Let me go. Is it Turning Point Restaurants? Turning Point Piermont. Obviously, this is a Google search. Duh. Piermont. Bam. And Turning Point Cafe. Oh, yeah. All right. So it's Turning Point. No, it's Turning Point page, Piermont.club. Where the hell is it? There we go. Piermont.club is the new Turning Point website. So Piermont.club, just for your own notification purposes, so that you go to the right website. I'm sure there's QR codes out there. But the first web address that's out there is actually, it's got a little bit of malware on it. And it's nothing against them, and not everybody could be a techie. By the way, if you need some tech support assistance, you can check out outsourcemyit.com. John Sandak and the crew over at Outsource My IT are amazing. They can help you with your email and DMARC records so that you can make your organization more secure, both on your website and via email, and also protect your devices as well. You can do it for a variety of different employee-led organizations. Let's say, for instance, 10, 15, 20 computers. So very reliable source, and we use them as well at our first company, Rockland Web Design. Outsourcemyit.com. You can check that out on the web right now. Let's get back to the news. All right, 8th grade science is going to be over at the Patriot Lounge on June 14th. That's pretty cool. I might head up there. That's I used to know the guitarist for that band, J.P. Conks. He's amazing on the strings, and now he's got a solo set up. But 8th grade science is definitely an act that you don't want to miss. You could dance the night away with one of Rockland's favorite party bands. and that's going to be again at the Patriot Lounge, 19 Clubhouse Lane in Stony Point. Call ahead for details. Mondays just got better at the Patriot Lounge, June 16th from 5 to 10 p.m. Enjoy a mouth-watering burger and one of 20 draft brews for just $18. I'll raise my coffee cup to that. Cheers to that. And the carnival is back in Pearl River from Thursday to Sunday. Head to 58 East Central Avenue for rides, games, and fairground treats. A summer tradition the whole family will love. June 13th, it's time for bingo with a stylish twist. Join the fun at 46 Van Wyck Road in Blauvelt on Friday, June 13th, starting at 6 p.m. for Pocketbook Bingo, where prizes meet fashion. This is a favorite of mine. And Laugh It Up Friday night at the Rhino Room Comedy Competition. Comics go head-to-head for a shot at a Saturday slot. Your vote decides the winner. The show starts at 8 p.m. Tickets are just $12. I got to invite my friend Jeffrey Babcock, who helps out with the news from time to time. He's got great podcasting and everything. We got to check that out. We're going to head over to Rhino Comedy Club. We'll call it research, tax deductible business expense for Rockland's news. And that's actually a legitimate business expense, because if we're promoting them and their customers, I mean, great. And Rhino is an awesome place. I actually did 2 failed open mic nights over there. I got to go back and do my 3rd. So that's at Rhino Comedy Club, and it's easy to Google them. Saturday night, they got something going on, too. You're going to catch Janet Regensburg, Michael Agunbiad, and headliner Laz Vick at the Rhino Room. Doors open at 7:30. Laugh starts at 8. Tickets are $15 online, $20 at the door. There's also an open mic afterwards. Maybe this is the thing that I'll show up at. Can't get enough comedy, you're going to stick around for the after show open mic at 10 p.m. at the Rhino Room. It's $5 for a wild mix of new comics, prose, and spontaneous laughs. But before that, most importantly, tonight, and I repeat, tonight at Casa del Sol, you're going to have a funky good time if you check out the band that's playing there tonight. The Slippery Chickens will be playing live at Casa del Sol. 3.5 hours of groove from Michael Olivieri and Jerry Scaringe. Grab a drink, grab a friend, just don't miss it. In all seriousness, they are playing at Rockland's Music Fest. Rockland Music Fest is on September 27th over at Clover Stadium. You cannot miss these guys in a small or large venue. They bring the amazingness. Is that amazingness? They bring amazingness in the music. I'm just going to play some of it for you right now. Yeah, so that was the Slippery Chickens playing Shake Your Hiney. That's the name of the song. So they play rockabilly music. They do all this stuff. They're going to be tonight over at Casa del Sol. The show starts at 8 o'clock. I don't think there's even a cover. So grab a drink, grab a friend, and just don't miss it. And finally, for today, rock fans, this Saturday, Nyack is going to host Coheed Night, featuring the Never Enders with Joey Eppert and Soren Song. The show starts at 7 p.m. Don't miss this epic evening of alternative rock. And they just did Coheed in Cambria Day. I think it was like about a month and a half, 2 months ago. You can check out that article on our podcast, Rockland News. We actually got a chance to interview the lead singer for Coheed in Cambria. Claudio Sanchez sat down with me, Rockland News, over at Olives for just kind of like zoning in on a world tour that they're going to be doing. And it was, quite frankly, I'm just going to say this. Claudio is a very thoughtful individual. He puts a lot of his passion into his music and his art. Obviously, those that are fans of Coheed and Cambria, you got comic book series, but also a whole universe that's created. So just amazing, amazing band. And Coheed Night Tribute is going to be the Never Enders tomorrow, June 14th. Check it out. So that is all the news that we have today. Again, I'm going to check really quick. I usually do the, what do you call it, the traffic. So let me just check and make sure that everything is all clear on the Palisades Interstate Parkway, as well as through Rockland's road conditions. And our friend Vince Landers at 5:23 a.m. Good morning, folks, and happy Friday. A full southbound trip from top to bottom, because he comes from the north, heads to the south. The Palisades Parkway is moving well, and it took approximately 33 minutes. Yeah, don't rub it in, Vince. We know you get up early. We know. Please note that there are some deer mingling around in various locations, mostly above the New York-New Jersey state line. Have a great day. Drive safe, and we'll see you again this afternoon. And let's head over to Rockland Road conditions. And again, all this is on Facebook. You can check it out, facebook.com. You know the address by now. I can't stand Facebook. I'm really, it's a 12 to 13 year addiction on there, and I'm really tired of it. And that's one of the reasons for any of you that tuned in from LinkedIn today. We're going to be making a major push to bring the Rockland News morning show, AM Rockland, over to LinkedIn. I think it's time. I really do. I tried to avoid it for as long as I could because I wanted to come over to LinkedIn with an authentic product that can be useful for people on LinkedIn. And I think through our business community, that is possible. Special shout out to the Rockland Business Association, who have really brought back the energy of business in Rockland County. For myself, I'm really happy to be around the various meetings and the various really cool individuals thus far. It's only been like about 7 or 8 months, but I'm really enjoying my experience, and they're being very helpful with our Rockland Music Fest, our ramp up to putting together a really amazing concert series on September 27th, and the proceeds are going to Meals on Wheels Rockland. We're going to have 10 bands. Magical Mystery Doors is going to be our headliner. Doors, Beatles, and Led Zeppelin music. It's just going to be an amazing time. Tickets on sale now at rocklandmusicfest.com. But I really want to thank the Rockland Business Association for keeping the awareness high for this festival. And a special shout out also to my friends over at BSPN. We go to see each other over there at the Nanuet Diner on Thursdays at 8 o'clock in the morning. I've been in that group for 18 years through several rebrandings, some successful, some not, admittedly, on my part. But yeah, BSPN, Business Success. Actually, no, that's not. It's the Bi-State Professional Networkers. I still don't know which 2 states. Is it, is it New Jersey? Is it Connecticut, Pennsylvania? I don't know. But that's the name of the organization. But I personally like to call it the Business Success Professional Network. That seems like a logical way of identifying it. We got 38 members, I think. Joe Barata, Barry Dorfman, the committees over there. It's not even committees. We're just friends. We get together. We talk business. It takes an hour flat, 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock, and we're out. And we go about our day so that we can get things done. So, special shout out. Thank you, those from LinkedIn, through Rockland Business Association, through BSPN, the RBE. Special shout out to the RBE. They meet every 2 weeks at City Line Diner. And that's an awesome group, too. I think there's like 40 members in there. It's the oldest networking group, private networking group as far as like businesses going one location and doing their thing. Referrals in each group. They were established in 1987, and they're still going strong. Kudos to you guys. You guys are coming up on your 40th anniversary, actually. I think about it, it's 2 years away. Just a side note. So, yeah, I think that's all the news that we have for today. Again, big focus on LinkedIn. Little quick end note to this. Again, my name, Tom Osa. I mean, those of you that know me, you know me through various networking and groups, working on the Workforce Development Board, and also running several different companies. Doesn't stretch my time at all. Rockland Web Design, Rock Web Systems for our managed services for digital and web, and of course Rockland News Incorporated, and now Rockland Music Festival Inc. for getting those concerts and then having a charitable recipient every year. I can't do this part of my day forever. I definitely want to do at least one podcast in the morning per week, but I am looking for co hosts. I can't even begin to profess how important it is, not just for my time, but for the success of this AM Rockland show. I need co hosts, and I'm willing to pay too. If you're interested in giving an hour of your time every, not even, every week, all right, every week in the morning, and the show goes from sometime at the beginning of 7:30. We like to finish up by 8:30. Average amount of time for the live stream is about a half hour. Plus, you got to do a little research, find some news blurbs. It's so, I mean, once I train you, quite frankly, in the words of the Guns N' Roses song, the second one off of their Appetite for Destruction track, it's so easy. So if you're interested, contact me. There's a million ways to contact me. And again, I am more than happy to pay. We do payroll on a monthly basis in our company, Rock Web Systems, and it's done through ADP. All accounting is provided, as well as you provide your 1099, W4, W9 forms, whatever the hell they are, and then we send back your forms annual and direct deposit right into your bank account. So reach out to me. Definitely want to keep this going. And why? Why would we keep this going? Why are we realistically right now continuing to do this when just the numbers, about 100 people are listening right now, give or take? Those are the numbers. However, you know what the numbers were 2 weeks ago? 10. You know what the numbers were last week? 48. I'm seeing that Fibonacci sequence, and it's the same sequence that I see with Rockland News, based on time and pressure, as well as with Rockland Web Design Inc., when it took a long time for me to build that darn company. 15 years it took me to build it. But we got a great team over there, starting to build a nice infrastructure for Rockland News. But I definitely want this AM Rockland thing to take off. Special thanks to County Executive Ed Day, Supervisor George Holman, Supervisor Howard Phillips, and the various elected officials that are helping to, I guess, put a good note on this AM Rockland show. And notably, County Executive Day is going to be a regular guest starting on July 3rd. Wait, let me just get my dates right. I'm sorry. Tuesday, July 1st is going to be the first day that County Executive Day will be on for a recording, which is going to be at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And then we'll probably release it on Wednesday morning, the 2nd. It depends on if County Executive Day is going to go live stream or we're going to do a recorded. And look, let me be very frank. It's not like I'm going to be asking him questions about, like, what do you think about the war in Ukraine? No, this is going to be a really detailed and focused, small podcast episode. You figure like 5-10 minutes, just like they did on WRCR Radio, now defunct, in process of being purchased by Red Apple Media Group. Thanks, WRCR, for notifying everybody in advance. Fired all the employees same day without any notification. I gotta say something, all right? And I'm sorry I ramble a little bit, but listen, and no names, but the person that owned the radio frequency AM 1700. Why would you fire everybody the same day without any notification? Would it not be a nice thing to do that doesn't hurt yourself too much by giving them 2 weeks notice? I'm only halfway through my business journey right now. I've been working since I was 8 years old, my family's bike store, and and I love working I love working on the things that I love working on. And I'm sure, there was a passion for building up the radio station way back when you were AM 1300, and then you got the radio frequency AM 1700. And, I know over the course of time there's setbacks, tragedies, things like that. That's cool. Can't you give your employees, the ones that, gave their blood, sweat, and tears for your business concerns for many years, couldn't you do them the courtesy of 2 weeks' notice? There's something that I just can't reconcile. And quite frankly, if it dings me in the pocketbook, when the time comes that we decide that we're going to sell Rockland's News to a larger entity, or, there's definitely an exit plan I don't want to get into, but I would like to think that I have enough class remaining to give my employees at least 2 weeks' notice. Um, my team, my employees are the lifeblood of this organization. They really are. And without them, I ain't got much. It's just me rambling into a microphone. That is it. So I am very grateful for my team. Anyone that's listening from the team over at Rock Web Systems, over at Rockland's News, or Rockland Web Design, and Rockland Music Fest. I just want to say I'm really appreciative and proud of every single one of you, and we are all in it to win it. So, I just can't reconcile that. I know I'm going a little bit further into this than I should, and I'm going to leave it there. But I will say this: for my purposes, for Rockland's News Incorporated's purposes, and for the purpose of putting out news to the people out there that need the news, for instance, traffic, weather, and the news of the day. And we're going to aim to be very objective and put it out there. You obviously hear my spin on it. Hopefully it's not too bad. But I think it's a good public service. So we're going to continue to aim toward that. I can't guarantee that we won't swing to the left or swing to the right a little bit on things, but we're going to try and keep it nice and keep it within, as a very wise man once said, the column of progress. And I think that's a better way of going about it. And hopefully we'll have time to check out this band, the Slippery Chickens, tonight. You got to check them out. If you're listening, you've got to check out the Slippery Chickens. They're just something that just brings me back to life whenever I hear their stuff. Anyway. All right, I think that's all for today. It is 8:57 in the morning, and I'm sure you got things to do. I got things to do. So special thanks to everybody that's listening in right now. It's a little bit of a rambling, but I hope that it was beneficial for you. And also, I want to thank our many sponsors that have helped to make this AM Rockland show get on the map. And we're getting about 2,000 views literally every single day. So that is a numerical indication that I should keep going with this. And if it goes in a different direction, that's fine. But I will say this to you. We need co-hosts. If you're listening to this and you know somebody that can do this, even one day a week, we could have guest co-hosts, like Jon Stewart does on The Daily Show. I'll just show up once a week. You won't have to listen to my ramblings, but you could get a whole bunch of different co-hosts. And by the way, just so you know, we also have, starting in July, some shows outside of mine that are going to be starting on the Rockland's News media network, or whatever the heck we want to call it. So I want to thank our sponsors. I'm just going to mention them very quickly. Susan Bova from Coldwell Banker Realty, Regents Review, celebrating 20 years of SAT and ACT test prep, Yabu Fence Company, Dana Pest Control, Lauren Molino Muller from Howard Hanna Rand's Realty, Kobe Sushi. They just opened up their new music lounge. There's going to be jazz on Wednesdays and Saturday nights. It's in New City, New York. You got to check them out at kobenewcity.com. Sparkling Clean Homes. If you need your home cleaned and organized, affordable, and also they scan documents so that you don't have paper clutter around, but you don't lose anything. Brilliant. Patriot Lounge, I mentioned, there's music every weekend. St. Thomas Aquinas College, which is a supporter of Rockland Music Fest. Free tickets to all North Rockland graduates this year. North Rockland High School graduates. Awesome. FZ Perfection, my friend Frank over at FZ Perfection for auto body and auto collision repair. He's located in Congers, New York. He's a really good dude. He's got a great company over there. Banchetto Restaurant, that's Eddie, celebrating 20 years over in Nanuet. Elegant, awesome Italian food. Paisano, paisano. I mentioned our friends over at Outsource My IT for handling all your digital security needs. Clean Space Maintenance Management Company. And they helped me clean out the studio over here for AM Rockland. North Rockland Chiropractic, Dr. Anna Maria O'Looney. The Stony Point Pancake Factory. Fiesta Acapulco, my friend Juan, and he's doing another open mic night. I'm sorry, not an open mic night. It's going to be Fiesta Jam open mic night, and that's going to be on Wednesday, July 2nd. It's a $20 buy-in for that. You also get a free buffet included, and we do business networking beforehand, and I let you know the latest stuff that's happening with Rockland Music Fest. Yeah, September 27th for that. So my friend Juan really helping out with that. And we're looking for sponsors for that, by the way. If you want me to broadcast, yeah, I'll put you on Rockland's News for the next 3 months if you sponsor even one of these open mic nights. And the house band is Get Fuzzy. That's the name of the house band. It's amazing. The Tactical Citizen, that's my friend Jim Keenan, and he's going to be providing security for Rockland Music Fest. Ivy Rehab Physical Therapy, located in West Haverstraw, New York. And finally, we just put our own organization on there, Rockland's Music Festival, Inc. And again, we are putting together an amazing, amazing concert on September 27th with 10 bands, including the Slippery Chickens, but also Magical Mystery Doors. They got a residency right now down in Atlantic City over at the Ocean Casino and Resort. You can check them out this summer, but you can also check them out 15 minutes from your home. If you live in Rockland County, you can head over to the stadium on September 27th, and you can check out Magical Mystery Doors as well as 10 other bands. And we've curated this literally for 10 years through Stony Music Fest up in Stony Point, New York. We're bringing it over to the stadium. And like I said, to the Stony Music Fest crew, which is now the Rockland Music Fest crew, we are walking in there and we are planting the flag somewhere, maybe like on the pitcher's mound, I don't know. But yeah, and proceeds go to Meals on Wheels Rockland this year. They're celebrating 50 years of service to our senior communities. So what a better way to end this podcast today than to do, I don't know, what I just did. Thanking everybody. All right. Most importantly, thank you who are listening into this broadcast. I hope you know I am pouring my passion into this. And when we pour our passion into things, that's how they get done. All right? So y'all, if you're commuting to the city today, or if you're headed to work in Rockland, or Bergen, or Orange, or Westchester, or if you're sitting in front of the computer, sitting down with your cup of coffee and you're ready to get stuff done so that you can have a fantastic weekend, I hope. Let's make it happen today. Let's just make it happen, and I'm going to hop off. Thank you very much for those of you that are listening, and please make sure to pass along the news that AM Rockland is here to stay, and we have already planted the flag. And now you, me, and everybody else that's listening, let's hop on the show. By the way, I'm looking for guests. I'm looking for co-hosts, as I mentioned, and we're going to have some additional podcasters as well for some really interesting interviews with very interesting people across Rockland, and give you the news, traffic, and weather every day during the week so that you can make informed decisions for your friends, family, and the people that are most important to you. My name is Tom Osa from Rockland News. Have a great weekend. By the way, tomorrow morning, the Week in Review is going to show up, and we're going to put all of the guests that we've had over the last week into one show, and you can check it out on Saturday morning. Hey, nobody's perfect. Saturday morning. Special thanks to Heather that's putting together the Rockland newsletter each week. You can pick that up at rocklandsnewsletter.com. It's once a week, because if you hate email, I'm with you. You get one nice news email each week, and we put the Week in Review up at the top so you can check it out on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. So, all right, that's it. I have worn out my welcome. It's 9:04. Let's get to work. Take care for now. Bye-bye then.